Love and peace, love and peace, love and peace, love and peace. Um, on this episode, I'm going to be talking about the age of Aquarians. Age of Aquarians. And I'm really going to talk about the transformation from Pisces to Aries. Now, we know what Pisces dealt with. It was the age of pretty much religion. I believe, and now we're going into Aquarius, which represents I know. Pisces deal with more. I'm going to a little bit of astrology here. Pisces deal with more of the emotions, the water. That's why you had a lot of Jesus signs with the two fish. It was the age of Pisces for people that don't know that history or that symbolism. Now you're going into the age of Aquarians, which is a air sign. So is that symbolism? I think it was Jesus pouring out the water, letting people know that we're about to go into the age, of knowing. So the thing about the age of Aquarians is that not that human conscious is not aware. Everybody without the consciousness also is aware of the age of Aquarians. And what I'm saying, if you go back to the age of Pisces, when we deal with religion, as you know, as we got to the end of the age of Pisces, a lot of things was being manipulated to a point where we had to get out of the age of religion. A lot of people is not rocking with religion like that no more. You getting a few people that's starting to wake up now, and they're starting to like, you know what, this is not it. This is not what we need to deal with. This is not getting us to salvation of the soul. Remember that. This is not helping us. Yeah, we go to church every Sunday. We do our dirt, especially Christianity. Friday and Saturday, we at the clubs or whatever we may be doing. And Sunday, we ask for forgiveness or whatever. We at a rally. It's just not happening. So, you go into the age of Aquarians. These people on Earth, which I'm just going to go out and say it, a lot of them, they call them aliens or whatever, reptilians or whatever, or whoever ruling the 13 families with that Illuminati stuff, whatever, which I don't follow. And whatever these people are, they basically feeding off the big population. So what they do is watch how y'all react to things and then sell it to you, making you react to what they're putting out, to stuff that you already acting off on. This is the reason why so much corruption dealing with TV. You watch TV, you see commercials, advertisements. You don't think about certain things until you watch the commercial. Then you won't Popeye's chicken, KFC stuff. These things of this nature, and it all is dealing with the subconscious. So it's a psychology. And you gotta understand one thing about psychology. Psychology is all around you. Remember that. It's very key. But also, what I'm trying to say is, they know that the conscience of people are changing to Aquarians. And what do Aquarians represents? Air, communication. That's why the internet is a big thing right now. Technology was in, for my astrology people, understand the 11th house, which is ruled by Aquarians. Technology, communication, pretty much the age of intelligence, of learning things. Now this what's going on. This is what the problem is at. Now that everybody making this shift and this change, you better believe that it's someone there to try to manipulate the situation. Believe that. Don't matter how much human consciousness is growing, it's always an entity there to make sure that you do not grow. I remember reading, what was it? Welcome to Death Row. And Dr. Dre said, as much money as you make, there's always a couple people there to try to take it from you. It was something to that nature that he said. I will never forget that he said that in that documentary. As much money as you make, is always 2 or 3 people trying to take it away from you. What am I saying? The conscience of the planet is people on the planet that is there to try to take away or control the consciousness change. Remember that. So, we're going into consciousness. A lot of people are being aware of a lot of things. Eating, TV. I mean, seriously, I hear it all the time. The third eye. Everybody's talking about the third eye now. It's crazy. But we still lost. Because of the simple fact that us looking for these things, we are going on the internet. You don't think they know that you're reading the internet or reading people, listening to people like me or other people that may be on YouTube trying to update people on consciousness? You don't think they looking at that? So what they're doing, not just commercializing consciousness, which is what they're doing. They're not just commercializing it, but they're using it for a money piece to make money off of. If you ever notice, a lot of these natural stores, natural food stores, not whole food stores, natural, are being shut down, and a lot of Whole Foods, natural foods, whatever you want to call it, are being sold in these big corporations, Walmart, Sam's Club, these things. All that is being sold at these stores. So they're just catching up with you. Now I'm gonna tell you, they will not exist. The only reason that they have to exist is off the energy of people. And what do people go off the energy of? The energy of the universe. They know that more people are being woken by the energy of the universe. And they are not. Because they are living more in a patriotic world. Masculine energy. They're about getting money. They're about getting resources. These things of this nature. This is what they represent. They don't know how to reach higher consciousness because they just don't care. Everybody can reach higher consciousness. Remember in my last video I say everything is spiritual. So therefore, if everything is spiritual in the universe, therefore that you can get to conscience level. But the thing is about it is these people have no interest into dealing with conscious level. So we need to understand that. They have a patriotic attitude. The Mars experiment attitude. Take, build. That's what they're about. And a lot of us, we have more of a receive, manifest. That's more of an energy, feminine energy aspect with the conscious of the world and people. Receive, manifest. They're about take, build. So we need to understand that. So a lot of these things that you may think that's conscience, they're aware of it. And because you may think it's conscience, you may think that you're making a change, and really you're just falling right back into the matrix. It's basically what's going on. because you eat healthy, because you read books, because you go online and you listen to people like me and other people, do not mean that you accomplish consciousness. You got to understand what you're accomplishing, the purpose of you accomplishing. You got to understand that. Because the whole main thing, and I said this in the last video, is about the soul. So you got to question yourself. Is this for my soul to grow? Which the soul means the higher purpose. Your higher self. Are you getting to your higher self by knowing these things? We can all be around here eating alkaline foods. But you know what alkaline foods don't accomplish? Liars, thieves, killers, murderers. Now they say that eating alkaline food actually changed the conscience of the person, where a person don't think animalistic. And I believe that. And I'm not against that at all. I'm not against that at all. But I also do believe too, because you give a person alkaline food that was already a murderer killer, will not change who they are if that's all they knew. It actually will make them more distorted, because of the simple fact you're taking a person from a different tone of the third dimension, which we would call lower being, his lower frequency being, and trying to feed them conscience. They can't take that because this is all they know. This is like somebody that's in the hood. They say, why y'all just don't get out? Because a lot of them, that's all they know. So if you take them into a situation that you consider successful or beneficial to their being, they won't know how to perceive that, because this is all they know. It's the same thing when you think about dimensions. It's the same thing when you think about dimensions. It's the same thing. A being in a particular dimension, lower dimension. Let's just say lower dimension. I would say a lower tone, because we all in the third dimension right now, and we could reach a higher dimensions being in this dimension, and I'm gonna describe that later on. You trying to take them to your different tone of the third dimensioning, they like, nah, this ain't me. Because they already know they already put into their subconscious that they cannot make it in that type of different tone of reality. Can't make it. No, this is all I know right here. This is my comfort, even though it might be hurting them. Oh Lord, power struggles. Trust me. This is hurting me, but I'm comfortable with being hurt. This is how these people operate. But I'm gonna get to the bottom line of this video is to understand that a lot of stuff that you thought you're thinking that's being put into light don't have nothing, not of to do anything with your soul. The one thing about mastery is able to go through the hell and go through and come to heaven at will. And a lot on this channel we speak about mastery. A lot of things I haven't even covered myself, but I know it's real. And that's where we want to be at. We want to be to mastery type of beings, to a point we could go in and out of these dimensions anytime we want to. That's the whole point. And because we learn awareness, like I was saying, that's the first level of consciousness, does not mean that our souls is in salvation. Because they know what's going on. They using that to make money off of it. They just getting you to go to Walmart when you could have just went down to a local store that was selling natural stuff the whole time you grew up. But now they put them out of business. Now they just trying to make money off your consciousness. Are you conscious? You eat good? Good. We selling this at Walmart and you're going there to buy it. And I'm guilty of it too. There's no way to stop it. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to fight that. That's not my fight. My fight is to change the soul of people. Your perception is what counts. Your perception of everything. Changing the soul, changing the heart, taking the 5 essence of God that I was talking about: love, peace, joy, happiness, compassion, and using it in the correct way for your soul. So it don't matter what food you may take in, or what hood you in, or what situation you in, you can still overcome that because you learn how to master those 5 things, and you know where love is at, you know what peace is at, you know what happiness is at, you know what joy is at, you know what compassion is. And doing all these conscious things, join these conscious groups, is not going to change that. It's about changing the soul. So that's what I want to say in this video, man. Love and peace to everybody.